Welcome to my almost daily streams. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I am not building sets from my backlog from the Lego Group, who are worth billions and billions of dollars today, because we have got so much news to cover. There has been so many sets and rumored sets that got announced and introduced into the public foray this week. We got stuff for the Icons theme. We got stuff for the Pokemon theme. We got rumors about Shrek Lego. Who would have thought that? And there's some gift with purchases that are available right now. I think in other parts of the world there's also double insiders points. And the main reason why I wanted to do kind of a walk around some of the news websites with the new sets and sets that people are now talking about is because I am a Formula One collector. I have die-cast cars of the Ferrari and the Red Bull in the 1/43rd scale by Borrego. So when they made the Lego Ayrton Senna Formula One car and the Nigel Mansell Formula One car, I knew I had to buy those. So I built the Ayrton Senna car before I opened the Nigel Mansell car. And so after I completed the Nigel Mansell car, I was thinking about what could be the next Formula One Icons car. And I tossed out suggestions, either Niki Lauda's car from the 80s, Michael Schumacher's Ferrari from the 2000s, or either Sebastian Vettel's Red Bull, or Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes from the 2010s. And so I tossed out either one of those, and I'm so glad that they decided to go with Michael Schumacher's Ferrari, specifically from the 2004 season. But there's other sets that other people will be interested in as well. But that set particularly was my main motivation to want to cover some of this news. So who do we have in chat? We have Alexandria and the Macro Bricks. Hope you guys are having a good week. So I need to get rid of some of this stuff. I need to minimize one of these tabs. So we're on the Brick Fan now, and so there's also some Fortnite news as well. But anyway, is there anything before we get some more people in? Are there any sets that you guys are particularly hyped for? Because we are covering information from the Brick Fan, Promo Bricks, Brick Fanatics, the Lego Ideas website, in connection to the Shrek sets that got leaked, because there's a little bit of a tandem between the Lego Ideas website and the Brick Fanatics website, and also the Lego website itself. Hey, Dina Dangles, good to see you here. Yes, well, we got more Star Wars smart bricks in amongst all the other cool sets that a lot of other people have been talking about. I know that people are now getting hyped for the Shrek sets. I'm hyped for the Formula One Icons of Michael Schumacher's Ferrari. All of the Pokemon fans have been getting hyped for Lego Pokemon for over half a year now, so that's exciting. Um, so I think the question of the day has to be, at least on my streams, is which of the new sets are people most excited for? So Alexandria said Shrek. And Macro said everything that is not Star Wars. Dina, do you have an answer? Because Michael Schumacher's Ferrari is my answer, and I think what we should do is actually I should stop sharing individual screens, and I should instead share the whole screen. That would be more economical because if I scroll down and if I scroll through some of the promo bricks listings, and that's another set I'm also excited for, the upscaled buildable blue astronaut. But this is the pride and joy for me. So yeah, that's the pride and joy for me. Yeah. So and actually, yeah, I put the Monsters Inc. on the thumbnail, and yeah, we'll be talking about the Crocs as well. Anyway, so I think we got enough of momentum going. So I think we'll go back to the. So we'll cover all of my tabs from left to right. I think is how I'll structure this news report, and yeah. So we got Brickheads for Fortnite. We got the another version of the Supply Llama and the fish stick character. I've never heard about the fish stick before, but they made that that upscaled version of the Supply Llama before that was like $100 or something. So it's nice to see that Fortnite is still being kept alive by the Brickheads theme. The Lego Fortnite Brickheads of such names building set is a fun video game collectible for kids age 10 and up, even though I know a lot of Fortnite gamers who are under the age of 10. Gamers will have a great time building two iconic Fortnite characters. One of them I begged to differ, and discovering their instant recognizable details. Description of the characters, blah blah blah. Set contains 300 pieces, so I'd imagine this will be. Well, actually, I'll go to some of the prices when we get to the Lego listing. But this is something I think I'm a little bit more interested in terms of the Brickheads theme. We get a Mike, Sully, and Boo for Monsters Inc. I actually saw Monsters University in the theaters after I saw Monsters Inc. on a TV movie night, I don't know, in the year 2012 or something. So I care much more about the Monsters Inc. franchise than the than the Fortnite franchise, for sure. So I'm debating if I buy this because I'm not as much of a Monsters Inc. fan compared to some of the other Disney Pixar films, like Inside Out from Disney or Wall-E from a Pixar. So if I see this on sale, I'll probably pick it up, or if I need to meet the threshold for a gift with this purchase. So what does the Brick Fan say? Lego has revealed new Brickheads, blah, 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 coming in March. Yeah, I think the majority of these sets will be in March. The set has 303 pieces and will retail for $25. So all of my American viewers, please let me know if $25 is now the price for the Brickheads 3-packs. So it's interesting. This has 3 more pieces than this, because according to BrickFan, this has exactly 300 pieces, and this is also 20. See that's interesting. This is a 2-pack, but it's the same price as this 3-pack. I guess because the combined pieces of Mike and Boo are about the size as one of these. I guess that's the rationale. I like the yellow box art for the Brickheads, actually. And yes, there is some botanical stuff. Is there anyone else in the chat? Yes, we have Billy. Good to see you Billy. So the question of the day on my streams is, which of the new sets are people most excited for? Because for those who have been watching since the start of the stream, I am most excited for Michael Schumacher's Ferrari. So what are people saying? The astronaut is so nice. Yes, I will be buying that for sure. Yes, we're getting more Winnie the Pooh stuff. Hey, Candy Bricks, good to see you here. So yeah, the Monsters Inc. I know a lot of people who really like that franchise as well. Yeah, so let's go back. Yeah, so we're getting some more botanical sets now. I in elementary school, at primary school here in Australia, we did some kind of weird class where for some reason, I think it was back in my 5th grade, we got all up in the grill of botany for some reason. So that's how because for whatever reason, our class was really into frangipanis. For whatever reason, that was when I developed an appreciation for the sakura trees with the cherry blossoms, and eventually I discovered how beautiful the magnolias are. And I think magnolias are beautiful because it has the center of a sunflower or a daisy with the outside colors of a cherry blossom. I don't know. It's a weird kind of combo plant that I actually quite like the look of. Yeah, so this is also going to be a March release. There's no well, actually, the box says 435 pieces, but I don't think people know the price yet. And we're getting more sunflowers. You know what? I actually quite like these sunflowers because, and something worth to note with these sunflowers is that it uses those flower petals that we've seen in other botanical sets. I've seen them in green a bunch. I'm not sure if this is their first appearance in yellow, but I think that shape works well for the petals of those sunflowers. I think that looks accurate to what the actual flowers look like. Is there any details? Enjoy creating 1 sunflower bud, 3 sunflowers beginning to bloom, and 2 big fully open sunflowers, plus 4 stems of eucalyptus. These Lego flowers are designed to be highly realistic, and the petals and stems are adjustable. So budding florists can arrange the plants into a bespoke bouquet and display it proudly as flower decor. Sold separately, blah blah blah. Great for blah blah blah. So that has 686 pieces, and apparently it's integrated in the Lego Builder app for multiple people to build it at the same time, which is interesting. They do that with a lot of sets now. Let's scroll down. Okay, so the magnolias are also so they have 435 pieces. And the sunflowers have 686. So I can imagine these will be more expensive than the magnolias. That's going to retail for $50. Really? I guess they're putting a lot of stock in those specialized petal molds. That'd be my guess. Because $50, ugh. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But also something else worth noting is they're making another London bus set. Now, for those who are fans of old Lego, you know that Lego's been making London buses in all sorts of different scales for over 60 years now. Because I believe during the town plan era, they had some HO scale models of a London bus, and then in the 70s they got into the buildable London buses, and then in the 2010s they started making these micro scale ones with the nice curvature, and then they made that Creator Expert London bus, which is the most grandiose of this bus that they ever made. But we're going back to the micro scale for this. So it says Lego has officially revealed some new Lego iconic sets that will be available this March. Joining the lineup of upscaled minifigures is the Blue Astronaut, aka a Benny, who, as everyone knows, flies a spaceship. Spaceship! Also included in the iconic lineup is the London bus, which is an updated version of the bus we've previously seen before. For over 60 years, Lego has been making different scales of the London bus. And so this is something that I think a lot of classic space fans will be happy with, and Lego movie fans probably also. It's a scaled up a blue astronaut minifigure. I mean, it's Benny. It's Benny. After they came out with the Santa upscaled minifigure, which that was after the Octane Racer, a lot of people were thinking, hey, wouldn't it be cool if they made a Lego classic space astronaut into the upscaled series? And lo and behold, they did that. So it looks like some of the others, and that's a 1x6x5 wall panel, and it's in a blue color, which we don't see a lot. But something that's going to make this really desirable is, I'm going to assume that classic space logo is printed, because when I built the Octane Racer upscaled minifigure on my live streams in 2025, the Octane logo was a print. So I'm going to imagine this is a print as well. Thrill Lego fans aged 10 and over with this scaled up astronaut minifigure building set. So the set number is 40921, inspired by the iconic Lego astronaut minifigure first seen in 1984. Kids will have lots of fun building the collectible figure before discovering its movable arms, legs, hands, plus a mini robot. And yes, it does include a mini robot right there, which is a very faithful adaptation of the robots you would have seen in actual classic space sets back in the 80s. So I'm gonna imagine there's a spot in the top of at the top of the helmet where you can put that inside. Yes, because as you can see from the back of the box, the top of the helmet, you can pull it off and insert the robot at the top there. So this is going to have 793 pieces. What's going on in the chat? Billy says it needs a Benny face. I think that would have been really cool if they were able to do that. Dina is excited for the flowers, as is Alexandria. Billy says still waiting on the January 1st sets to go on sale and then have the money to buy them. It normally takes a few months for those for the new sets to go on sale. So I suspect whenever I do find the Icons Michael Schumacher Ferrari on sale, it'll probably be in June or July when I might start seeing that go on sale. Anyway, let's get back to the news. And let's scroll down. I don't really like the purpley stuff that you got going on this planet. I would have wished that in this promotional art they would have had the all black sky and the dark tan sand, which they used in the actual classic space sets going back to the late 70s. So the London bus, that's going to have 245 pieces for $20 US. Let's just scroll through there. Actually, I like that. That looks like it's a sticker for Leicester Square. And I believe there is a Lego store there as well. So let's scroll down. Also, they're making some Winnie the Pooh stuff. We're getting a buildable piglet with a birthday cake. So Lego has officially revealed a couple new Winnie the Pooh sets that will be available in March. Winnie the Pooh gets a larger scale model with blah blah blah. So Piglet and Pooh are getting these upscaled characters. Does there? Where's the price for Piglet? I don't know, but Winnie the Pooh is gonna have 1,399 pieces for $150. I like the inclusion of the honey pot and also the builds for the beings at the top of the honey pot. I like that as well. Now, I'm trying to figure out what they're using for the bee's eyes or antenna, because I don't think it's a black cherry piece. I can't quite pick out what piece they're using there. Is there a price for Piglet? But that's there's a minifigure version of Eeyore in there, and apparently Pooh's stomach opens so that you can see the gang of 100 Acre Wood next to Christopher Robin. Okay. Okay, so the Piglet is going to have 544 pieces for $40. Now, my sister used to own a plush animal of Piglet. So, also, I think, is this the first Piglet to minifigure? Because we've gotten Winnie the Pooh in that 100 Acre Wood house, which was an ideas set from a few years ago. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the first of the Piglet as a minifigure. And this is my boy right here, my boy Michael Schumacher, set 11375. Lego has officially revealed another Lego Icons Formula One Legends set with the Ferrari F2004 and Michael Schumacher, which means I no longer have to go to Bricklink to buy the original Michael Schumacher minifigure. Releasing on the 1st of March, available for pre-order now, the set has 735 pieces, will retail for $90, and that is wrong! That is wrong! That is drastically lower than what it actually is, because Alex Nunes made a video about this reveal, and I believe he reviewed the set in that video today, and he was talking about how it is a lot more expensive than that $90 tag. Because I wanna see something very, very quickly. Because I believe that $90 price tag is wrong. I thought it was wrong. Hang on, that doesn't make sense. I could have sworn it was more expensive than this. I could have sworn it was more expensive than $90. That doesn't. Something seems fishy. Did I get my wires crossed? I'm not sure. Anyway, there's also a minifigure of Michael Schumacher and a plaque with one of his famous quotes. I always believed that you should never ever give up, and you should always keep fighting, even when there's only a slightest chance. So something that I have seen people complaining about is that the rear wheels are the same size as the front wheels, which is the same problem that Ayrton Senna's car had, which is a problem that the Nigel Mansell Williams car did not have, and also indicative of the era, you got the treads in the tires, and much like Ayrton Senna's McLaren, it does not have the Marlboro tobacco sponsorship. It doesn't have the tobacco sponsorship on there. And actually, I was watching a Jean's version review of this set, and she said that in some of the North and South American races during the 2004 Formula One season, they wouldn't let Ferrari put the Marlboro sponsorship on the car because at that time they were outlawing tobacco sponsorship and they were tightening regulations on the sale of tobacco. Because everyone knows the lawsuit the US government had against a big tobacco in 1999, but a lot of the hyper regulation wouldn't come around really on a worldwide scale until the mid 2000s. Yeah, so that has 735 pieces. Yeah, so this will go well with these other upscaled icons cars of Formula One. And also, there's an Easter egg to the sides of the engines, is that with the way that they got these studs on the side connection, it forms the Italian flag right there, which is a nice little detail. And also, you can see that while Nigel Mansell's Williams had the Goodyear tires, this has the Bridgestone tires. Now they all use Pirelli tires. I think they let the teams have their own tire manufacturers back then, but Pirelli is now the only ones. So before we cover these GWPs, let's see who else is in chat. See who's in chat here, and what's more people saying. Hey Zissou, good to see you here. Yes, I like that upscaled, not the Benning as well. I will be buying that. That's a good question. Let me go back to the London bus really quickly, because I could have sworn it was 4 studs wide. No, it's 6 studs. A good call. It's a 6 stud wide bus. I think previous micro scale versions of the London bus have been 4 studs wide, so that's a 6 stud wide. That's more akin to the Legoland London buses they made in the 70s. So let's go back and see what people were saying. Okay. Long time no see, Redcoat Kyle. Good to see you here, buddy. We're covering some of the new sets that got announced this week. And yo, Cliff, good to see you here, buddy, as well. And hello, Hoarder66. Good to see you here as well. So the question of the day for this stream is, which of the new sets are you most excited for? We're still yet to get to the Shrek. But we got the Penguins in Love gift with purchase and 2 times insider points available right now. Now, I'm not going to be buying any Lego to get these. I'm not interested in this type of gift with purchase. But there were some older posts on the Brick Fan that include some of the Pokemon sets. I haven't really given a lot of thoughts about the Pokemon sets. I'm not as interested in in these adult in these AFOL type Pokemon sets, because they're just large builds of some of the characters. There's Charizard and someone that's not Ivysaur. I know the character Ivysaur from Super Smash Brothers game. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we're also getting this botanical. It's a flower roll. Not as interested in the botanicals, but I will say if I zoom in here, getting some more pieces in that new warm a pink color with those 6x6 dish pieces, and also those 2x2 round inverted tiles in the light nougat color. That's nice to get. I'm also interested in the pieces with the botanical sets, unless they're a rose, because the roses are my favorite flowers. But yeah, there's some NPU in that botanical set. People have already the golden retriever has been out for a while. I'm not a dog person, so personally I don't care about this. And what I will say is that you have to kind of get a 360 view to see some of the ugly grey and nougat spots where it should be a clean light tan, but it's not. And also, they tried to get the texture of the fur. It didn't work out for them. It didn't. But yeah. So there's this. Would you believe that this set with 6,838 pieces for these three Pokemon characters and a little bit of a biome looks like a volcano, a wave, and some kind of floral biome there. This is going to be $650. And what's this listing? Oh yeah, this is linking directly back to the Lego website. We get Pikachu and a Pokeball. This is going to be $200 for 2,050 pieces. Let's go back to the Brick Fan. And there's an EV. I'm guessing this is going to link to the US website. So this is something more so that I can get behind. A slightly smaller scale character for $60, more akin to the size of an upscaled minifigure. With the way that the upscaled minifigures are selling really well, I don't know why they can't replicate that concept for the Pokemon theme. I think that type of set would sell really well. Imagine a Charizard, a Pikachu, even some of the Pokemon trainers as upscale in the upscaled minifigure type sets. For with the Pokemon branding, I think that would sell really well. But you tell me what you think in the comments. Is anyone saying anything? No. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah, so the dreaded Smart Play sets. The dreaded Smart Play. This is one of the ugliest Millennium Falcons ever. And something that really drives me crazy is that C-3PO doesn't have the silver leg. Why? Why not? And also other people have talked about we're getting the Thor's hammer in that bright green color. Yeah, this just looks like an incredibly boxing Millennium Falcon. It looks so boxy. This looks way too it looks way too tall. It looks like a a squashed stress ball, not a pancake, which is what the Millennium Falcon is supposed to be. So Lego has revealed some new Star Wars Smart Play sets that you can pre-order. Smart Play meaning that they're compatible with smart minifigures and smart tags, but the smart bricks are not included in the sets because you need the TIE fighter, the Red 5 X-wing, or the throne room. So we're getting another Luke's land speeder. What, for the hundredth time? Stuff like this is why I say Luke's land speeder is the poster child for Lego re-releasing the same stuff over and over and over again. But that's another inclusion of that bright green Thor's hammer. And this looks... This really annoys me, this scale for a Luke's land speeder. This just looks... It looks too small. And particularly the proportions of the windscreen to the body of the spacecraft. That windscreen just looks too tall in comparison to everything else. That's just my opinion. And we're getting another Yoda's hut. Just looking at this Yoda's hut, I think it looks better than what was included in the diorama for the Dagobah training. But what is this carnival thing? What is this carnival thing supposed to be? Hoarder, you're in chat. Can you tell me if this carnival thing was in any piece of Star Wars media? Because this just looks so ugly. What is up with this carnival ride thing? Why is this in a Star Wars set? I don't know why. I really don't. And also something for the World Cup. We're getting a bowl. Yay! And we're getting a trophy. Yay! You know what would have been really cool? If they included actual minifigures of actual players who are representing their actual countries at the World Cup. But no, we're getting all this buildable junk that doesn't have any desirable minifigures. You know, something that would actually attract people to want to buy the set. You know? So it feels weird it feels weird for me to ever say this with the way that I've talked about the market for Lego minifigures in the past, but a set like this, which is supposedly tied to the World Cup, no figgy, no buy. You'll almost never hear me say that. But I'm saying it with stuff like this. No figgy, no buy. Where's a Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or a Kylian Mbappe or a Harry Kane or any of the other famous association football players right now? Where are they? Where are they as minifigures in these World Cup sets? These are just accessories. And for the casual collector, there's no draw card to buying this. You just put this on a shelf and it looks nice. That's my thoughts. So Lego has officially revealed new Lego editions. So this is an editions series that they're calling it, eh? So I guess this is a new theme, the editions theme. Because they wanted to separate stuff like this from the icons. Maybe this isn't iconic enough to be a part of the icons theme. I don't know. Releasing March 1st, pre-order today. The set has 1,498 pieces and will retail for $130. The set features an almost 1-to-1 scale Lego Association football that can open up to reveal a mini stadium scene inside. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So you get the micro figures of things. So they include micro figures for the interior of this set, but they don't include a minifigure based off an actual association football player? Why not? Why not? Why not? No figgy, no buying. But I must say that printing looks pretty cool, to be honest. I like the graphics, although I would have preferred it if it was a regular black and white soccer ball. I would have preferred that. Although these look like stickers. They look like stickers. Sticker haters will be upset with that. And also, a bunch of Lord of the Rings fans are excited as well because we're getting Sauron's helmet. A new Lego icon set has been officially revealed with the Lord of the Rings Sauron helmet, set 11373, releasing March 1st, pre-order available. Set has 538 pieces and will retail for $70. And some of my Star Wars friends have pointed out that now that they've moved on from the Star Wars helmets, now they decide to put a minifigure with the helmet. So yeah, so that's another Lego Star Wars conspiracy theory that's going out there right now, because we get that Sauron minifigure with his buildable helmet. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, so I don't have much comment on it. Although I just think that conspiracy theory is rather interesting. This looks like something for the Scream. Oh yeah, this is ideas. Yeah, we don't care about ideas. Ideas crap is all a gutter journalism, and we avoid the gutter journalism. Idea submissions and Amazon sales. But this is something that has riled up the whole community. I'll leave the Crocs on the screen and see what people are saying, because I haven't given much deep thoughts about the Crocs. I did put the Crocs in the thumbnail because I was going to go searching for this if none of these news websites covered the Crocs. So let's see what people are saying. People are saying hello to each other. Hoarder says you already have 2 copies of that double-decker bus from a couple years ago. Yeah, I don't have no, I don't have a single version of a Lego London bus. So, but to be honest, I'm not in the market for that much either. Yeah, some people aren't as active on social media as others. So when I see people who aren't as active that come here, that makes me feel good inside. Sorry that you're going through all of those those medical concerns, Kyle. Hope you get well soon, buddy. Hey, Frankenfrog says I'm a Blastoise guy. Okay, so you like that Pokemon character. Yeah, a lot of people have voiced their concerns about what they don't like about the Golden Retriever set. You're really cold. I'm really hot because I'm in the southern hemisphere and it's summer down here. A Lego set arcade machine build with the Smash Bros theme, where you can change out pixelated game characters and can control them with a Technic brick built controls. Boom. Exactly. Now that they've got the Pokemon license, I am probably more interested in Pokemon in sets with Pokemon characters they do, of which appear in the Super Smash Bros. Because those are the Pokemon characters that I'm more familiar with, because of when I used to play Super Smash Brothers on Wii with my friends. That Golden Retriever is wearing Scooby-Doo's collar. Yeah, that makes sense. To reuse a piece like that. Yeah, if you need 10, that set's good for you. People making jokes about Luke's land speeder, and people making jokes about how bad those sets are designed. So Frankenfrog's gonna buy the Golden Retriever to expand his Jabba's palace mock. You mean the Nike sets and the Adidas sets, Billy? Shoes much? Actually surprised we don't have a sneaker line where they do all brands of shoes. Could see some of the earliest shoe GWPs skyrocketing if they did a whole theme. I think from a Lego perspective, it would be difficult to get licenses for so many shoe brands at once. And yeah, that was everything in the chat. So, okay, I'm going to unload on these Crocs because, as the Brick Fan is reporting, it's a multi-year partnership. So they're going to try and milk this cash cow for all it's got. And the nerve of Lego and Crocs to claim that you get an exclusive minifigure with this piece of garbage. Yeah, it's the most basic minifigure you could ever get. I bought a pencil sharpener from a department store like 10 years ago that has this exact same minifigure. The blue pants, the red torso, the classic smiley face. That's not exclusive. If they're trying to claim that the brick build versions of these clogs at minifigure scale with the 1x2 red plate underneath the blue legs and then the 1x1 plate on top of the exposed stud, if they're trying to claim that that accessory paired with this minifigure makes it an exclusive minifigure, if they're trying to pass that off, no one's buying that. No one is buying that. And the elephant in the room is that these just look plain ugly. They look so ugly. I would not be caught wearing these in public. I would be embarrassed to wear these in public. Personally, I am not a Crocs customer. I know people who are, and they're free to spend their money how they want it. They are free to spend their money on what I think is an ugly looking shoe. But I'll admit there are Crocs out there which have good designs. You know, it's not a good design. This is not a good design. This is as basic as a shoe. It's like you're wearing. It's like you buy a pair of shoes, but you don't wear the shoes as shoes. You wear the shoebox as the shoes. You're wearing the world's largest tissue box on your feet. Why would you do that? Unless you're doing something for social media, or if you're wearing it ironically, like those people that wear glasses as to say it's a fashion statement. I don't see many people that will make this into a fashion statement. So Lego has announced that they have entered into a multi-year partnership with Crocs. The first of multiple projects drop for 2026 is the Lego Brick Clog. Releasing on the 16th of February, the Lego Brick Clog will retail at $150, which I suspect and others suspect will be from the Crocs website, because from the Lego website it will be $200. And the price point here in Australia is $320, which is a rip-off. Who would pay that money for this? Who would pay that? And if I've seen any of my friends who buy this, I'm going to point and laugh at them. And they'll invite it all on themselves because they know how much those have been criticized. So in the playful partnership, Crocs and the Lego Group are coming together to create something that's anything but ordinary. Together, these two brands are building a new world of creativity. Don't say that. This is not creativity. This is a marketing strategy, as my good friend Stud Sidious always used to say. One that celebrates limitless ways to stand out and break the mold. Yeah, if you want to wear the world's ugliest shoes and you think that's breaking the mold, you'll definitely stand out. And people, if you walk into Times Square wearing these, everyone in Times Square will point and laugh at you. I can guarantee. They will point and laugh at you. Anyway, where were we? In this puff piece. The collaboration pairs Croc's bold spirit with the Lego Group's boundless imagination, resulting in a unique fan experience. Oh, yeah, that is definitely unique to the one customer who will actually spend their money on this, that only these two brands can create together. Crocs and the Lego Group are fueled by communities who thrive on playfulness, personalization, and sharing their creativity. That's actually a true statement. One can get countless imagination with building with their bricks, and the other can get imagination about buying a standard design for mass release. Okay. Every Lego brick and every classic clog adorned with gibbets, charms, is a celebration of fearless self-expression. You would have to be fearless to accept going into public and not feel a damn thing seeing people pointing and laughing at you. I'll tell you that. Whether you're a builder, collector, or maker, this partnership is for those who express their creativity with confidence. Yes, because you would have to be damn confident in yourself to go out in public and wear things. Because creating without limits is how you... And they just end the sentence. They couldn't even be bothered to finish the sentence of this puff piece. They couldn't even be bothered to finish the sentence. Wow. Just wow. Anyway, that's what the Brick fan had to say. What do you have to say? Because I'm sure people will get equally as riled up about those Crocs as what I just did. Wow, you're going to be buying these, Dina? A little birdie told me that you were a little bit of a shoe collector. Alexandria thinks the Crocs are stupid. Also, are you gonna wear these ironically or something? Because Alexandria is not wasting their money. Gotta. You know what? I have money to waste too, Dina. I'll admit that. I've got money to burn as well. I'm not going to tell people how many zeros are at the end of my bank account, but I am that one person who can actually afford those Crocs. I'm just not going to buy them. Hey, Tear Time, good to see you here, buddy. I'm not sure if this is your first time watching me, but we've gotten to know each other a decent amount from when I've been watching your videos and when I've been watching your streams. So good to see you here on the mayohosko channel. People talking about sets for parts pack. So I guess you're a shoe collector, a Lego collector, and a Lego shoe collector, Dina. And Billy says the Crocs look potentially dangerous. Do not use those while driving. Exactly. I wouldn't want to be driving and risk a car accident wearing those Crocs. Now that might be a smart thing to do. Is buy the Crocs, but keep them new in box, hoping that not many people buy them, and then when they do retire, they might instantly be worth triple in value. Now that's a smart investment strategy, actually. Red Coat Kyle says, I have saying you have the crane and also the excavator all lit up fully. Is that in your city, Kyle? Because if you've done that, I'd love it if you could send me pictures about that on Instagram. Hoarder says these shoes were made at the beginning of a 3-year partnership, so this is just an expensive publicity stunt that gets everyone's eyes on them and gets mouths talking about them. Exactly, because, I mean, in 2025, my channel slogan was relevancy is currency. And that might be applicable to those Crocs. Yes, I thought I saw that minifigure in some other places. It's also from the Creationary game. Good spot, Billy. Hello, Fun with Bricks 1932 says, I'm not going to hate on the Crocs. I view them as a collectible gimmick. I think for the shoe collectors, it will be collectible. I will say that. I view them as mostly collectible gimmick, not really a serious footwear. Hope they come out with a Lego branded regular pair that you can wear out. I think if they made actual Crocs with in a scarlet red, like the Ferrari cars, with the Lego logo for the regular retail price of a regular Crocs, and maybe have an outline of the 2x4 brick with the Lego logo on a regular pair of Crocs, I I think that would actually be a good design. But the problem is they didn't use the Crocs shoe template. They used a brick built imaginary template. That I hope they do something like that to kind of not treat their customers like fools. Hoarder says they're setting up for a huge sale of Lego themed shoes and probably Croc themed sets. I wouldn't put them past that, because we saw how much Lego went into the Formula One with their partnership. You'd think Lego would want to justify their Crocs partnership with a similar amount of influx of new shoe wear. Dina says, in the details for this shoe, it literally says not intended for everyday wear. See, if they're going to market it that way, that's understanding what the product is and who the consumers should be. That's actually a good way of marketing them. The problem is the influencers they got to post reels on Instagram showed them unapologetically wearing them in public. So yeah, I'm confused about the marketing for them. Frankenfog says those Lego brick clogs look like something a mobster would make you wear, like someone in the New York Mafia in Times Square, maybe. They'll come out with more Crocs Lego themed. I hope so. Lego would want to get good value out of the partnership, because I think they've gotten good value out of their partnership with Formula One in the way they didn't really get good value for money with their partnership with Adidas, but they're trying to do more with their Nike sets. Okay, Dina, I will. Billy says, pretty sure my shoes are more ugly. Well, if you wear any shoes for any amount of time, eventually they'll get worn down and more uglier. The more you wear them. Kyle says, don't buy these stupid things, guys. They look like crap, and you will be publicly shamed. That's what I predict will happen with people on social media. Fun with Book says, you got to admit it's a great collab, because Denmark Crocs clogs, Denmark Lego, now Crocs Lego. I think geographically it makes sense, because when I think of shoe wear in Denmark and the and the Netherlands, I do think of clogs. I do think of them. Billy says it should have been regular Crocs you could attach bricks to. That's another good product idea. A minifigure could go for right on your feet. See, I think we're coming up with ideas that the Lego group should use in their marketing. Other people were saying stuff as well. Dina saying more things. A Lego shoe collector, only Lego shoes. Yes, thank you, Dina. Everyone make sure to click or tap that like button to tell YouTube that you like watching the mayohosko channel. Well, this has been a very fun news broadcast. We got 10 viewers in the chat right now. We got people who are engaging with the news that is being reported, and still more comments that I've got to read. Well, it might be hard for some people in chat to keep up with the comments. I will tell you what, it's probably 3 times as hard for me, but it's that hard for me, and if it's hard for me, that means that I'm providing an entertaining product which gives people to want to comment. So I enjoy that, and I always enjoy your comments, Hoarder. And also, I've enjoyed the streams that I've been doing with you recently. Tea Time says, thanks so much for the shout out. Your pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, yeah, so this is the first time you've been watching me. Seen most of your streams after they are done. Okay, so you're a part of the replay gang. Well, it's good to see you here live today. Yeah, so just in case anyone that's new around here, any one of my new subscribers, or people that aren't as active online as others, I try to go live almost every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which here in Australia is 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. I know you're giving it hard to the Crocs, and I agree. They are gross, even worse than the Shrek ones. What? They're coming out with Shrek shoes? Which are ugly nice. Have you seen them, or the Krispy Kreme ones? I have not seen those. Are those Crocs or Lego Crocs? You'll have to let me know about that. And I am not even done. There's about we've still got to go to the promo bricks, the brick fanatics, Lego ideas, and the Lego website. This is a fun stream, and I'm glad that you guys are having a fun time. So now let's go to promo bricks, because there's some stuff. Whoopsie! What just happened here? What just happened here? That was a little bit of a glitch. There's some stuff in promo bricks that I think the Brick Fan didn't cover. So the Brick Fan covered this Michael Schumacher. I'm so hyped for this. I am so hyped. The first 3 of the first 10 YouTube videos I watched today were about this set. The first video I watched today was the Jean's version review of this, and she also posted a picture about that on Instagram, of which I reposted to my Instagram. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, the link will be in the description after I edit this stream. So if you're on Instagram, I'm at real_mayohosko. Over on Instagram, I reposted the Jeans version post of this. I think this is a beautiful set. So we also covered this. That's gonna be another wanted set. We covered those. We covered those. We covered that. Something we didn't cover, as that I don't think the Brick Fan had good pictures of, is the Moss Eislings Smart Brick set, or the ATS Team Smart Brick set. So I want to find better pictures of those. Actually, is this a clickable link? Is this a clickable post? Yeah. So of these Smart Brick sets that got revealed, it's the Luke's Land Speeder, the Yoda's Hut and Jedi Training, the AT-ST Attack on Endor, Mos Eisley's Cantina, and the Millennium Falcon. And yes, so yeah, this is why I wanted to go to promo bricks. So at the ongoing Lego officially unveiled these 5 sets for March, completes the first lineup of the theme. Thematically, Lego has drawn on some of the most popular Star Wars scenes and protagonists, which at first glance seems logical in order to make the Smart Play system accessible to the widest possible audience. And that is a contradictory statement, because according to sources, according to reports, the Smart Brick sets will only be available in 6 countries. Just like how today they are excluding those 35 countries on Bricklink, which created the Bricklink Gate scandal, because they gave them an extension until the 31st of January after Lego chose to stop supporting the technological infrastructure to keep those stores alive in those 34 countries. No, sorry, in those 35 countries. They gave them an extension until the 31st of January to get their affairs in order. Well, today's the day, and they are now getting kicked off. Goodbye. So I know that a lot of people have been speaking about the the hypocrisy in Lego's marketing about rebuilding the world and all this bullshit about inclusion. Well, excluding 35 countries on Bricklink today and only releasing the Smart Brick sets in 6 countries, which I believe is the United Kingdom, the United States of America, Australia, France, Germany, and Poland. Those are the only 6 countries where the Smart Bricks will be in. So I don't know what's up with that, but if you watched my 24-hour live stream on the 10th of January, you know that some of my guests and myself were making memes, and we were using the Smart Brick sets as a punching bag. And now there's memes going around the community saying, well, they're only going to be selling these sets in 6 countries. So while you can get them in the US, you can't get them in Canada. While they're selling them in Australia, you can't get them in New Zealand. While they're selling them in the United Kingdom, they won't be in Ireland. While they're selling them in France, they won't be in Spain. While they're selling them in Germany, they won't be sold in Italy. While they're selling them in Poland, they won't be selling them in Austria. They actually got the better end of the bargain by not having to be subjected to the Smart Brick sets. Those are the jokes circling around the community. That's how much people don't like the Smart Brick sets. Anyway, these new sets shown today are explicitly expansion sets, meaning they all come with smart tags or smart minifigures, but require a set with a Smart Brick for full functionality. This is also indicated by the Smart Play compatible label on the packaging. Thematically, Lego has drawn on some of we read that. Besides classics like a Land Speeder and AT-ST, the legendary Mos Eisley's Cantina, for example, can be brought to life with sound and effects. All the new sets are currently available for pre-order at Lego, but will soon be available from numerous other retailers. Okay, so they're not going to be direct-to-consumer sets. That is confirmed. Numerous other retailers. So they will be on Amazon. Okay, that means that in those 6 countries, they'll be more widely available than just direct-to-consumer. We prepared images of the new sets. So we already saw pictures of this, and we also saw pictures of this, and we also saw pictures of of this. But I want to give my thoughts about the Mos Eisley's Cantina in particular, but I'll save that for the second. I want to cover this AT-ST first, see if there's some information on here. So set 75424 Smart Play AT-ST Attack on Endor. What are some of the details? Has 347 pieces, 2 minifigures, will retail for €50. So that's a Scout Trooper, and I'm not sure what that the British grey hair dude is. But just looking at this, I think the head is fine for this. Honestly, I think the head's fine, but the legs look the legs don't look proportional to the head, and also they don't have much of a joint. They're just relying on these L-shaped Technic beams that kind of feels like them cheaping out. And also, it says it includes 2 minifigures, but it has pictures of an Ewok, so that's confusing. What's up with that? I don't get that. Also, they have the stud shooters on the side there, and just some weirdly exposed Technic pieces. I'm fine with the head, but I don't like the legs, and I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I'm not going to pretend to know what this brown string of 3 pieces of poo is. I'm sorry. Some Star Wars fan, please tell me what that is. I'm more excited in this. So something worth noticing here is this is a brick-built dewback. I believe that creature is called. You get this character holding a blue milk thing. So if you remember some of the Harry Potter sets and the Butterbeer pieces in those sets, this is a recolor of the Butterbeer piece. They replace the trans orange with that blue color. Can't quite pick apart or tell what shade of blue that's supposed to be, but that's a blue milk version of the Harry Potter Butterbeer. I like that. You get the sandy version of a Stormtrooper, the brick-built dewback, which has that rather interesting printed eye. I like that. And kind of downscaled versions of some of the previous versions of Mos Eisley's. You get Greedo in the booth right there. Who shot first? And then you get the spot in the middle for the Cantina band, and then you get the bar over there. Also, looks like they're trying to mix an apple into a beverage, and I'm guessing those are some blue milk cartons. Although I would have liked to see someone behind the bar. Anyway, a decent set, questionable details, I guess. And I think this thing with the Technic piece right there, that's supposed to be something for the smart playing. Yeah. So anyway, what's going on in the chat? Let me see what I missed out on. Tea Time says, "I know you were giving hard time to the Crocs, and I already read that. They are Shrek Crocs. I missed your stream because I am at work at 1 p.m. Okay, so I guess my streams on the weekend are more suitable for your time. Then that's fine. Then perhaps you might be able to catch me more on the weekends. Yeah, because I don't expect my Australian friends to tune in to me when they're at work in the middle of the week." El Hoarder says, "When is that sushi shop GWP going on, and what's the threshold?" I haven't seen any news about that. I've seen more news about the Bricklink designer program, a sushi shop. Fun with Bricks says, didn't they already make a Schumacher set? It's just different scale. Yeah, about 20 years ago, in the old Racers theme, which retired before the Speed Champions theme, Lego made a lot of Ferrari sets for the Racers theme, and that was in part that also was paired with the shell sets they were doing in the 80s and the 90s at minifigure scale. So they brought the two together. They made quite a lot of Ferrari Formula One sets, and they made some models of actual street legal Ferrari cars. I did a live stream a while ago on my channel going over the Ferrari sets. I think it might have been a Real Whole Egg episode with my good friend from Blocks to Mox. So I already gave my thoughts about all of the old Ferrari racer sets back in the day. So you can go search on my channel, and eventually you'll find my thoughts about that. But yes, they did make a Michael Schumacher. They did make a Michael Schumacher minifigure with that. Specifically, there was a Grand Prix pit stop, a garage. One was for Michael Schumacher, the other was for Rubens Barrichello, who was Michael Schumacher's teammate back in the 2004 Formula One season. And they also went on to make minifigures for Kimi Raikkonen and Felipe Massa, who replaced Michael Schumacher when he retired, and they eventually moved on from Rubens Barrichello as well. But yes, now that Lego's coming out with an icons scale Formula One car for Michael Schumacher's Ferrari, now I don't have to buy the old Michael Schumacher on Bricklink. I don't have to do that anymore. Horta says some things, buying the Cantina to add to your MBS. That would be a good expansion. Getting Luke's land speeder for the Jawa, a green hammer and windshield. You might be stupid. Well, you wouldn't be the first Star Wars fan to call themselves stupid for buying a set. For a company that prides itself on inclusion, they are sure excluding a ton of people. Yeah, I've been saying that in a couple of places. They're getting really good at excluding people across the world right now. Just another failed app game fad that Lego will add to its pile of failures, like Fusion and Life of George and Hidden Side, and the Paul Franks crap that they did, and the video, which has been the poster child for that, and Hidden Side, and there was all those glitches in the Dimensions game on the Wii U. There's others which I just can't think about right now. We should all just buy these sets because at least we get some parts if we buy them. If it fails, we all still end up paying for it. Just won't be getting it in the past. Yeah, there's a difference in mentality between set collectors and mock builders. They build these sets with bright red, like kids aren't smart enough to figure it out. We need to stop dumbing things down. That's something a lot of the licensed theme collectors have complained about. No Child Left Behind doesn't make dumb kids smart. It holds smart kids back so the underachievers look better in comparison. Yeah, I've heard other people make that same criticism about No Child Left Behind. That's awesome. You finally got back to working on your mock of your house like a week ago. Haven't touched it in years. Yeah, as I've been sorting Lego, I've been trying to get back into building some mocks as well, particularly after the city update I uploaded almost a week ago. So if you haven't watched my latest city update, then you should go and watch it after this live stream. But what were other people saying? Because we've got lots of people saying lots of stuff right now. Yeah, we got lots of people because I'm trying to provide an engaging product for all the viewers watching. Yeah, we went through those comments. People making fun of the smart bricks. Okay, I think we're getting down to where we wanted to get to. Gave shout outs to Tier Time. People saying they were having a good time. So Kyle says, I really don't want to think how stupid the so-called smart brick crap is. They released it way too soon and didn't put much effort to it. I think the Lego group would say, yes, we put all the effort in the world. but I don't think releasing it first in the Star Wars theme was the best idea. What was Kyle also saying? Can honestly care less for them, to be honest. Overpriced sets for a stupid single part is all it's for. Yeah, because people were saying if they release smart bricks in every Lego set from now on, a lot of people would just stop collecting Lego entirely. You'll stick to City and Mox. I'll be doing the same. So, I guess someone ended their stream because we got a new wave of viewers coming in here. Let's see what they're saying. Want to say hello. Actually, some people were also saying some other things. Let's see what they were saying. So Billy's saying some things. Feel bad for the parents whose kids want this but can't afford it. Yeah, I feel bad for them too. Especially the way it's big money for the sets with the special brick. Can't wait for the reviews. I can't wait for Jane Bricks to get his hands on these, and I don't know if he's going to unload on them or talk about the potential, because he would be the first reviewer to remind people that Lego is not for AFOLs, Lego is for kids. So I'd be very interested in seeing his perspective on that. And maybe it will teach kids to go outside and mow lawns like leaves so they can get the expensive brick. That's a good thought. You'd want to pick up more odd jobs in the neighborhood and dig through those couch cushions just to afford the smart brick sets. I like to picture that. What were other people saying? Actually, yeah, I think that's all the stuff people were saying in depth. So let's say hello to some of the new people that came in. So we have Lego Buildo, Odele Dorado, Tommy Bricks, Joe Prince, a D&M Bricks, and yeah, those were the new people. So welcome in. Yeah, so we've been covering the news. We've gone through the new Michael Schumacher set. We went through some of the Fortnite sets. We went through some of the botanical sets. We went through some of the Brickhead sets. We still need to cover the stuff about Shrek. We've just gone through stuff with the smart bricks. But what were those new people in the chat saying? Because they said some things as well. Right now, I have 1,015 subscribers. I'm eating some boiled candy off to the side, although I do prefer gummy candy over the boiled candy. What's the FF? What's the FF? Exactly, I wouldn't want to wear those. Some people were talking with themselves. Making what 10 years ago? So many missing pieces from what? How's it go? Well, how it's going is we're covering so much news right now. So much news. Yeah, aren't they $20 US? We'll be covering Shrek in a little bit, and we will also be taking another look at the police train. Final Fantasy. I got it. I got it now. And Tommy says you buy $100 Smart Brick Falcon, and then it doesn't come with a Smart Brick, but 4 minifigs. You have to buy another set for the Smart Bricks. Yeah, that's another controversial thing. Oh, your Book Nook had the missing pieces. I think Lego has now retired that sub theme of City. They're moving on. They're moving on to the rides. Tia says would like to get into Arc Raiders, but busy with that. It doesn't want to play. See, I've been playing Forge of Empires on my phone for the past 8 years or something now. Yeah, that's the type of set where I would only want to buy on a 20% off sale. Yeah, so so for the people that just got here, you'll definitely want to watch the first hour of this back on the replay to see the other news that we were covering. Because for those who are either new subscribers or not as active online as others, I go live almost every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which in Australia is at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. That snowstorm did it caused injuries. That's not good. Yeah, the irony, am I right? So, yeah, boiled candy is what some people might call hard candy. Joe Prince says, if you think about it, Lego wants you to buy Smart Moss Isleys, then the Falcon to get Han, and finally the X-Wing to get the Smart Brick. Total price would be $260 US. I think they know what they're doing, particularly when they don't put all of the minifigures in the same set. Lol, probably good time. I've seen played over 100 hours according to Steam. I've probably played over 1,000 hours on Forge of Empires. Anyway, that was what all of you guys said. Let's get back to the news, shall we? So we finished covering this. So let's get out of there. Sorry. And let's go back because we finished covering the smart bricks. Is there anything else? Amazon is gutter journalism. Yeah, we already covered that. Okay, so we circled the wagon with promo bricks. Now let's go to some of the Shrek stuff. So this is Brick Fanatics. Lego Shrek minifigures, brickheads, and more rumored for 2026. The Lego Group's Shrek problem may finally have found a solution with multiple releases based on the DreamWorks IP rumored for 2026. While there's been no shortage of rejected Lego ideas submissions inspired by Shrek in the past few years, fans of DreamWorks embittered green ogre, that's an interesting way to describe him, may finally be getting what they've been hoping for this year. Fresh rumors from several sources suggest that a Lego Shrek theme might indeed see the light of day, although do treat the following with caution for now. It is now 2 p.m. on Saturday. So it looks like we are getting a collectible minifigure for a series for Shrek. I did hear those rumors floating around. If they make a minifigure version of Lord Farquaad, I would really like that. In addition, more Lego Shrek sets are also rumored to be on the way, which includes brickheads, upscaled versions of Shrek and Donkey, Yeah, blah blah blah. It's all rumors for now. And yeah, so upscaled Shrek and Donkey could be $160 with 1,403 pieces, and be could be released in June. And some of these other prices don't make a lot of sense, but they mentioned an ideas project, and this is one of them. This is one of them. This was an ideas project based on Shrek 2 that got 10,000 votes and was created by Ashen Flash. Some of you guys might know that guy within the community. So this reached that goal on the back in 2023, and I think I did see this in the up for review like 1 or 2 years ago. So who knows? Maybe we might be getting an ideas set of Shrek's house. And I must say, I just said I would really like a Lord Farquaad in a Shrek series, a CMFs. That's a good looking Lord Farquaad right there, I must say. Anyway, because could you imagine if this becomes, or if something like this becomes an idea set? That would be really cool. So what are people saying? Lego is trying to do everything right now. They do make so much stuff. Because the last time I checked on Brickset, Lego was making over 1,000 products in the year of 2025. That's a matter of your opinion. I need a drink sip. Okay, let's get back. So we covered all those websites. Now let's go to the Lego website. So we searched by new sets, and we got the filter to coming soon. And so let's go back to page 1. Yeah, so we got the Pokemon set. So that's going to be 1,000 Australian dollars. 1,000 Australian dollars. And this is something I'm more interested in, the police train heist. It's going to be 300 Australian dollars, and I will buy this when it gets to 250 on sale at one of the retailers. Because I said in one of my streams back in December or early January, I want to buy this. I want to convert some of this stuff. The car's fine, the crossing's fine, but what I want to do, so if I can get this to be right, why does it keep doing that? That's weird. Stop doing that. Let's just pay attention to this photo, please. So it comes with this weird helicopter with that weird grab arm. That looks very cartoony. I don't really like that grab arm at the bottom. Although, I will say I do like the black and lime green color scheme of this. And that looks like a snake emblem of some type on the vertical stabilizer back there. And that torso kind of reminds me of Extreme Team from the late 90s, just barely. So I think I said on that live stream I did in the past, which you can find in my live streams playlist, what I'd want to do is I'd want to convert I want to change the colors for the locomotive, take the yellow stripe off the bottom, replace the gray with black, and replace the dark blue stripe in the middle probably with just keep that be white. Keep the the black roof, and hell, might even shorten the locomotive to be on a 6x24 base instead of that 6x28, and use a black color to get the old black and white color scheme of the Lego Town Police from the 80s. Make the same color swaps with the holding cell. Make a duplicate of that holding cell to get rid of this flatbed that's transporting the vault. So make a duplicate of this holding cell, maybe in an all black color. I think would look nice with like a white roof maybe. So replace that with more holding cells, and lose the flatbed at the back is how I'd want to modify this set. Because some people might remember that Jane Bricks in 2013 or 2014 made a mock of a police train, and I never thought Lego would ever make that into a set, but they did, and so I'm quite excited for this set. I collect the freight trains, and I can justify that as being a freight train. They're doing more stuff with the up moving. So as I said when I was building the up house, we got a Brickheads version of Kevin. We got the minifigure version of Doug. We got Brickheads and minifigure scale versions of Carl and Russell. So now they're making an upscaled version of both Doug and Kevin. So now we need to get a minifigure scale version of Kevin and a Brickhead scale version of Doug to complete the trifecta. Some Ninjago fans might be excited about this new mech. I'm not. The only thing that remotely interests me is some of those new some of those pieces are being recolored into sand green. I think this is for Nightmare Before Christmas. I think that's what this is for, because of that minifigure right there. I think this is Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm sure those fans will like that. Set. Looks like a Technic Jeep Wrangler. Don't really care. I don't care about the Ninjago mechs. I'm going less and less interested in the City Formula One sets, although I believe this is the first incarnation of a Lego Formula One Audi, because Audi bought the Sauber team. So they're now going to be branded as Audi instead of Sauber, which is why that stake.com, kick.com Sauber car Speed Champions got quickly retired at the end of 2025. Mickey Mouse Duplo, don't really care. Spider-Man Duplo, don't really care. We already gave our opinions on the clogs. 320 Australian dollars. A Peppa Pig Duplo, we already covered this. That's all coming soon. Excuse me, I have to close the door. Okay, we're back. We covered that. Fortnite set. So it's interesting that the Michael Schumacher's Ferrari is on this website, but it's not in the coming soon. So I'm not sure what's up with that, because I'll search F1 in the search bar on the Lego website. And if I scroll down, it's right there. It's right there. but for whatever reason, it's not in the coming soon section. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, those that's all the news I wanted to cover. That is all the news I wanted to cover. So let me see what people were saying in the chat. And if anyone wants me to go back and look at something particular that they want to talk about, I'd be happy to do that for the remaining 20 minutes of this live stream. Alexandria says, wondering if Lego will do more sets based on video games. Would love Fallout sets. I think another brick brand has the Fallout to license right now. That's your opinion. Yeah. And yeah, also that's your opinion. I think I agree with that. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on in the Lego group these days. Yeah, some of their prices are crazy. Yeah, I know that a lot of people like the Titan mechs in the Ninjago theme. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. What were other people saying? Well, it looks expensive on paper because you have to factor in the currency conversion. What were other people saying? So Billy says the express train got restocked at Target. Still haven't seen if they had the Arctic train in store. I much prefer the Arctic train over the Lime Green City Express train. But I already said earlier I have a bias towards the freight trains, not the passenger trains. I like the look of that police train locomotive as well because it looks like that a GP38, GP40 American Railroad design that we see a lot these days. The hot rod car looks cool. Recognize the claw under that helicopter. Oh, so it's from the scrapyard set. Okay, thanks for the information about that. That's the same claw from the scrapyard. Yes, they are. They are cool. That's why I try to collect all of the freight trains they come out with. Kevin from Up is a cool bird. Probably one of the coolest birds in any movie that I've ever watched. Yeah, they've been doing what they've come out with quite a lot of Peppa Pig sets over the past couple years in the Duplo theme. I know a few people who collect them for their children. What else? What it says, want that set for the blue curvy bits. It's like you see a set and you don't even care about the set anymore. You just care about the pieces. That's the life of a mock builder, everyone. I'll go back and look at that after I finish covering the comments. Okay, so which set was that truck in? Was it the police train? Was it? Let me know. Was it the police train? because I'll go back to the Lego website and try and find it. I'll just wait for your response. Sorry, I'm just looking at some other things at the same time. Because I got a few notifications on some of my other social medias. And I try stay on top of things whenever people message me. So Redcoat Kyle sent me some of those photos like I requested. I want to see them. Oh, I like the lights on that excavator. And on the mobile crane too. Okay, so you got the headlights and the tail lights on those. Nice. So actually, what I'm gonna do is until people say what they wanted to say, and again, I'm asking, what was that truck you guys wanted me to show? But something I will show is I'll go to the new sets listing and talk about some of the new sets. So hopefully, the new shopping street modular will go on sale during end of financial year, and then I'll buy it. But to be honest, if it doesn't go on sale for end of financial year, I don't need to have this set like I needed to have some of the previous modulars. However, I really want Old Town from Ninjago. It can't go in my city, but I just really like the look of it. I really like the look of this, and I think in a strange way I can try and incorporate this into my castle layout somewhere. And I've said this previously, but this new Friends Garden restaurant, which uses a lot of that new warm pink color, and Jaystifer did a review on it, which makes me want this set even more. Kind of, it reminds me of a crossover between the Breezeway Cafe from 1990 and the Country Club from 1996, with its architecture and its presence. And also, Zelda, if you're still out there somewhere, I really like that build for the Triforce in the new Zelda set. I really like that build for the Triforce. And all of you Zelda players out there, look at those minifigures. Look at those minifigures. Aren't they nice minifigures? Let's get out of here. There's the puppy that we talked about. I want to see if I can show you some of the alternate angles behind. So if I try and zoom in on here, you can see some of the nougat and the greys, which kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Yeah, so that was that. And the loud obnoxious smart player logos. Now these three, unlike these other ones, actually include the charging thing for the smart bricks. Because you got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter with the smart brick there, a smart tag there. And I'm guessing these minifigures have the tags as well. It's another inclusion of the bright green Thor's hammer. And I believe inside of here you can fit the smart brick. This is perhaps the ugliest looking X-Wing Lego has ever made. The smart bricks there, all those smart tags. I'm assuming, actually, if I zoom in on Princess Leia, I can only zoom in so much. I think that slide detail is supposed to be stuff for the smart bricks, but not all of them have it. And I'm not sure if it's in all of the new smart brick sets, but R2D2 has a flat back to him so that you can stick on the tile for a smart tag, and you can actually spin R2's head, which you couldn't do on almost all other versions of R2D2. And then this, which is 160 US dollars, 250 Australian. It includes 2 of the smart bricks, a similar amount of the smart tags. And I don't know if these minifigures have the smart features in them. But a lot of people were saying that's a nice looking A-wing right there. See if they have a better picture of just the A-wing. I guess this is the best picture of the A-wing. Yeah, people were saying that's a nice version of the A-wing. You be the judge of that. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Also, some of my friends were happy with the new Creole house. This is already on back order because it was so popular. I really liked the transforming feature in this set. So show the transforming feature? I'm not quite sure, but look at all those minifigs. Look at all those minifigures. So many minifigures in there. I think it's a top 5 Ninjago set ever. So what were people saying? Oh, okay, yeah, we can go back to that very quickly. Yeah, I'll go back and show that off. Welcome back, Alexandria. It's part of the new March 1st sets. Haven't heard about January sets. Hoarder wants the Zelda set. I think D&M also wants it. You got the money to buy it. Nice. It's nice to have a savings plan with all these expensive sets. So let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm not going to go into all the new stuff. But yeah, people have already seen this stuff previously, and we've probably covered bits and pieces. So let me search for Alding. Let's go here. Yeah, so you were talking about those 1x3x5 doors. They are not new. They're not new. They've been in train sets for 35 years. They're not new. They might be new in that color, but the mold is not new. My favorite set of all time, the Metroliner from 1991, included those pieces in graying. Now it might be a new shape for that mold, but at least the old shape has been around for 35 years. Mm. Yeah, and when you search for Ferrari, most of the search results are not stuff that's Ferrari, but this is all, but the top row here is all the Ferrari. And so did I say Ferrari? I meant Audi. All of that top row is for the Audi sets. Actually, let's get a better shot of all those Audi sets together. Hang on. Apparently, that Speed Champions Audi is now retired. So very quickly, I'm gonna see if anyone is live right now. Well, there's a bunch of people live right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube Studio, and I'm going to see which of my friends will allow me to redirect into them. So I'm going to have to go to my stream and manage it. Hey, Brick Together, we're just about to end this stream. So if you want to go back, so if you want to see all of the news that we've covered, uh, please go back and watch the 2 hours worth of stream on the replay. Oh, you're going. Okay. What? Anyway, who else is here? So I'm getting distracted by something. Where's that? Well, where was it? Yeah, edits, customization. Get off the stupid leaderboard. Which of my friends is out there? Oh, they'll let me redirect into them. Yeah, we'll set up the redirect to little L bricks after this stream. Hey, BFab, good to see you here, buddy. It's always good seeing your face around these parts. Yeah, so if anyone has forgotten or if anyone is a new subscriber, I go live almost every day at 9 p.m. Eastern for a minimum of half an hour. And we have gone through so much news. So if you want to go back, so if you want to see all of the news that we've covered, I'd strongly suggest people to go back and watch this stream on the replay because we've gone through so much news. I am most hyped for the new Michael Schumacher Formula One set. Of all the Lego news, I am most hyped for this bad boy. Because this has now become the early pick for my favorite set of 2026. Beating out the Lightning McQueen Speed Champions, which was released in January. I'm not much of a car guy, but I am a Ferrari guy. Yeah. So yeah, this has been fun covering the news. Let me know which of the new sets you're most excited for. If you need to refresh yourself about what the new sets are, then you can go back and watch this live stream on the replay, and you can let me know what you're most excited for in the comments. Because I'm excited for some of these, and I'm most excited for the new Michael Schumacher Ferrari car. Anyway, thanks for watching this live stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Please go and YouTube redirect over to our friend Little L Bricks. If you have autoplay enabled, it will automatically take you over to there. If you don't, then YouTube will pop up a message at the top of the chat so that we can all go and YouTube redirect over to their channel. So I'll see you on the next live stream, which will be in 46 hours time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please go and YouTube redirect over to Little L Bricks.